everybody, what is up? It's Zero here today, and today we're going to be going over the essences and why the essence dungeons are important and what role they play in getting your monsters up to the best that they can be and awakening your monsters. So you get access to the Essence Dungeons once you get Kairos Dungeon unlocked. And they're at the bottom of the list. And the Hall of Magic is the one Essence Dungeon that is open 7 days a week, 24/7. It's always open, it's always available, and you can always get in there and farm up the magical essences that drop. I will show you down here. Magic. So it drops these essences, low, mid, and high. These are used in the awakening process for your monsters. But you can get all of these from the Hall of Magic. The lower level the floor, the smaller the chance to get the mediums and highs, and the higher level the floor, the better chances of all three dropping, and you get a higher amount of each drop. So you definitely want to spend some time in here while you're playing around in Giants, building up your team. You want to get all of your core team awakened. Now, thanks to the challenges and the new way of going through the leveling process that they have included now in here, some of those monsters you actually get right off the bat. So in Fusion, when you get in here, they're going to give you some of the fusion monsters, but they're also going to give you some monsters that you would have to farm up. And then in the Giants Master, when you break into here, they're going to give you a Shannon and a Bernard that are already awakened, and you can tell by the star color change. When they're awakened, the stars turn to purple. And then as you progress through, you will get, as you progress through the Essence Dungeons, they are going to give you some other units. You will get a Konamiya by completing the 3rd floor of the Hall of Fire. He's a very good unit to use in Giants up until you get your Veramos fused, because he has a cleanse, so he can keep the defense buff off of your team while you're fighting the giant. So he is very good to get up and use up until you get your Veramos fused. They will also give you an awakened Dark Salamander, Decameron, and they will also give you a Colleen. Now, I had already built and awakened my Colleen, so I use this one as food to give her skill ups. But they will provide you with some of these monsters as you progress through. Here they give you a Light Imp, and they also give you a Wind Yeti, which is Rakaja. They give you those so that you can progress through here, kind of learn how each of the units work. Konami as a cleanse, so basically they want you to use him in the Hall of Fire to remove a bomb. They're wanting you to use Decameron in here because he does continuous damage, and they're wanting you to put that on the water boss. And then Colleen, her second skill has a heal block. So they're wanting to use that on the wind, because the wind boss one of the towers does a heal. So they're just kind of get you used to how some of the monsters work, and get them used in the Essence dungeons, and get through the Essence dungeons to awaken some of your monsters. They're wanting you to beat some of the certain floors, do some certain things to go through and earn essences. The rest of these back here will give you essences of different types. They will award you different essences. So definitely get in there, start farming up your essences while you're farming runes and giants to get those monsters awakened. My word of recommendation, because of the amount of time that you will be spending in Kairos Dungeon, I would say go through a full batch. Even though you're still leveling, go through a full batch of energy, or set an energy limit, or run 10 runs of an element dungeon, run 10 runs of the element dungeon that's open, and then run 10 runs of giants, and just keep flip-flopping around as you recharge your energy, however you want to do it. I usually will go through all of my energy in one dungeon, and then I will switch to another and refill and go through that one with all that energy. And if a level up happens while I'm inside one of those dungeons, I just keep going until I run out of energy. So sometimes I'll run one more than the other, but I just keep flip-flopping back and forth. Now, each of the dungeons open, the element dungeons open one specific day a week. On Sundays it is the Hall of Light. On Mondays it is the Hall of Dark. On Tuesdays, it is the Hall of Fire. Wednesdays is the Hall of Water. And Thursdays is the Hall of Wind. Fridays and Saturdays, there's nothing open. But like just this past weekend, the weekend of the 31st and the 31st of July and the 1st of August, which I am recording today on the 1st. All of the dungeons were open on Friday and Saturday, and then the Hall of Light stayed open on Sunday. And that's also why this screen looks a little bit funny. I'm on the Asia server. They are about 14 hours ahead of us, I believe, give or take. So they're already on Sunday. So they're already on the 2nd, which the Hall of Light will close. I'm still getting a little bit used to it. I'm in America, so it's kind of weird bouncing back and forth, because if I go back to my main account, all of the dungeons are still open because it's still Saturday. So it's still a little bit weird getting used to it, playing on two different servers. But that's how they roll. Light on Sunday, Monday is dark, Tuesday is fire, Wednesday is water, and Thursday is wind. And then with all of the 6-year anniversary stuff going on, and the beginning of all of the new content drop and everything, they had all of them open this weekend. But when things go back to normal and they're done doing all of the 6-year anniversary stuff, which they may be done with already, they open all of the dungeons once a month, one weekend a month. There is an order to it, but for the past few months they've been opened almost every single weekend, just because of the 6-year anniversary stuff and everything else. But normally they are open once a month for a whole weekend. Otherwise you have to do it day by day. Now, with all of the new stuff added to the game, you can go to the crafting, or no, not the crafting, but you can go into the crafting. You can go in and open a secret dungeon. If you go into other, you can go in here and you can open up a secret dungeon immediately. It is only for the dungeon that's open on that day, but I've been farming the magic dungeon and the Hall of Light dungeon, but I have not gotten a lot of the material, the crafting material that drops out of any of the dungeons, which is this magic dust. it drops out of floor 5 or higher. But I may go in a little bit more this evening and see if I can't get another one, and see if I can't get one of the light dungeons that I'm looking for. The chances are pretty good. These are the dungeons that will open, and of course I'm looking for the Inugami, the Vagabond, the Cowgirl, or the Bearman out of the rest of these. So my chances are pretty good, hopefully, of getting one of those 3, but that is definitely what I'm looking for, is one of these, or one of these 4 dungeons. I would prefer the Cowgirl, the Vagabond, or the Inugami over the Bearman, but I will take either one of those 4. But I may run the magic a few more times and see if I can't get another dust here to get one open and try. But what you can also do is any of the days that you want, you can come over here and you can open up a dungeon for 200 gems for 3 hours. And you do get to pick the dungeon you want open, but it cannot be the dungeon that's open for that day. You can also, instead of crafting, you can open one of the secret dungeons for 100 gems for the dungeon of that day. And I may just go ahead and do this real quick, not on video, but I may do that and see if I can't get one of those dungeons that way instead, because I would really, really like to hopefully get the Inugami. That would be the best, is if I could roll the Inugami out of that. But those are the secret dungeons. You've got different ones for each of the elements. A lot of them are the same, a lot of them are different. I have no way, actually yes I do. I can go back in here and go to drop info and go down, and I believe I can select each one of these, and nope, it won't let me. But what you can do is, where I was in the shop or in the crafting building on each of the days, you can go in here, you can go to other, you can click on the dungeon, and you can click on this available monsters and see what's available for that dungeon. I have never tried to see if you can use this on the weekends where they're all open at the same time. I would assume that maybe you could, and you may be able to select which element. I've never tried that. The next time they're all open, I'll take a look and see. But each of the days that the elements are open, you can come in here and open one from here if you've got the materials for it. All of the materials will be the same. It'll be 10 smalls, 3 mediums, and some of the dust. Just the element will change for these. This is a base. So you can come in here and do that, or you can use gems to go in and open up a dungeon every hour, 100 gems to open one up. But you want to go in there, and I am going to focus on getting my Magic Knight awakened, and I've got my Bernard, my Konamiya, and my Shannon done. If I can get the secret dungeons, I will go that route. Otherwise, I may end up going ahead and awakening my Elven Archer to keep using them, and that'll be my team for the moment. But those are your essence dungeons, and just keep the grind up. We're progressing pretty good, and I'll get another video out here in a little while, showing the progress updates and such. I have been able to 6-star my Water Knight. I'm fixing to get her awakened, and then I'm going to try and go through the Fayman levels to get into Hell Stage 1, so I can use her to start really farming up some good XP to start leveling up the rest of my monsters. So that's what I've been doing, and that in the Essence dungeons. But I will get another video out after a while to continue the process. But if you guys like these and if they are helping you out, definitely leave a like below and subscribe to know when the next video comes out. I am trying to keep these on a daily basis so I don't have a massive gap between one bit of progress and the next. But that is it on the essences and using them, and I will actually go ahead and awaken my Magic Knight because I have all of the pieces already farmed up from earlier today. So what you do is you click on the unit you want to awaken, you go down to the Awaken tab and you click it, and I won't skip, but you'll get this. You can skip if you choose, and so they change. Their costumes and stuff change a little bit when you get them awakened, but that's all there is to it. Alright, thanks for listening and watching, and I do hope you guys have a good day.